This Saturday, HBO Max will release Doctor Sleep, the second installment in the Shining franchise. So, before watching that, I had to watch the first part. And I know, watching The Shining just so I can watch Doctor Sleep doesn't do it justice. So, without further ado, I'm Valentin Kubrick, the movie guy, and this is my review for The Shining. Jack Torrance is an aspiring writer who takes the job of caretaker of the Overlook Hotel during the winter. That means that he, his wife Wendy, and his son Danny are going to be all alone in the hotel for 5 months. But that doesn't bother Jack none. He wants the 5 months of peace so he can work on his writing project. Their son has a psychic ability. He can see things that happened in the past and things that will happen in the future. He senses that there is something wrong with the Overlook Hotel, and he is correct. His father Jack gets influenced by one of the spirits inside the hotel and he turns violent. In case you guys didn't know, this movie is based on a book with the same name written by Stephen King. And the movie is also built like a book. It feels like it is made out of chapters. Every so often the scenes are labeled with a name, like The Interview or Saturday. They are more used to tell the time and how long has passed since the last scene, but it does give the sensation that this movie is made like a book. The music in this movie is very eerie. Even in the first scene, when the crew and production are displayed on the screen with Jack driving his car to the hotel in the background, I got goosebumps. The score let me know that this was going to be one tense experience. The directing is top notch. The thing that I like most about Kubrick's work in this movie is that there are a lot of scenes where characters walk and they are always filmed from behind or the front, but in a way where we never see what is in front of the characters. They walk around the hotel, make a left, and the music is so creepy that you expect something to be in front of the characters and it keeps you in suspense, but there are no cheap jump scares in this movie. Jack feels like a ticking time bomb. With every scene, he seems crazier than in the previous, and he scared the hell out of me, thanks in part to the dialogue, but mostly to the actor's performance. We'll return to this. The only thing that I didn't like about him is that there is nothing sympathetic about him. I remember actually liking him in the book before he started going crazy, but in this movie, he seems crazy from the beginning. Wendy is a really nice girl. She's so kind. You can tell by the way that she talks to her husband and son that she's nice and caring. It is Jack who seems to be annoyed by this. And Danny is the character that we see the most. Since he is able to see spirits in the hotel, a lot of horror moments come from his perspective in the early on. The scenes where Jack is starting to lose his mind are some of the best. Diving into the mind of a crazy person was fascinating. He was imagining that he was at a bar, drinking and talking to a bartender. He was imagining that he was at a ball and a waiter spilled a drink on his shirt and then they talked in the bathroom. It was creepy, but fascinating. It's time for my favorite part of the review. I'm about to drop some knowledge. To get Jack Nicholson in this agitated mood, he ate only cheese sandwiches for 2 weeks. He hates cheese sandwiches. Shelley Duvall suffered from nervous exhaustion throughout filming, including physical illness and hair loss. And Stephen King, the author of the novel that the movie is based on, didn't like the movie, describing it as a fancy car without an engine. Jack Nicholson plays Jack Torrance. He plays probably the best role in his career. There is no better Jack Nicholson than crazy Jack Nicholson in my opinion. This guy gave me chills. You could read the craziness in his eyes. His smile was devilish, his mannerism, his body language. God damn, he was good in this movie. Shelley Duvall plays Wendy, his wife, and I was very impressed with her as well. When she had to act scared, you could read it in her eyes that she really was scared. It was like she was living this in real life, not filming a movie. She was trembling and twitching. She cried a lot. Her screams were very much on point. I loved her performance. Danny Lloyd plays Danny, their son. Child actors can be a hit or miss, and man, he was a miss in this department. He didn't ruin the experience, but he only had 2 expressions on his face. There are 2 scenes that I want to talk about. Number 1, the blood scene. So Danny has an imaginary friend that tells him that he doesn't want to go to the hotel. Then he keeps on asking him why, and then we see a shot of buckets of blood pouring down from an elevator in a slow motion style, splattering all over the walls, pushing chairs away. We get a glimpse at 2 twin girls. I knew about this scene before I watched the movie. It's a very well known scene. And the second one, I have to throw the spoiler alert sign here, so skip forward a bit if you don't want any spoilers. It's the "Here's Johnny" scene. Jack Torrance was hunting his wife and son to kill them. They locked themselves in the bathroom and Jack had an axe and he starts tearing the door apart. When he finally does, he pokes his head inside and yells, "Here's Johnny!" That was effing brilliant. I've seen a lot of reviews for this movie and you either love it or you hate it. I loved it. I feel like it's a really good movie. Don't think twice, you gotta watch it. The story is intriguing, the characters are solid, the suspense is top notch. However, I felt like I wanted a bit more from this movie because it doesn't feel like a movie that should get the top rating. And that is, of course, just my opinion. For my alternative pick, it's actually a complimentary watch. Wait till Saturday and watch Dr. Sleep, the second installment of the story, which features a now grown-up Danny. So, my rating for The Shining is 4.5 stars.